Hi everybody and welcome along to a little craft with me, I guess. A short while ago I started selling this set of templates in my Etsy shop and it was very well received. A lot of you have purchased it and I'd like to think a lot of you still will. It's got lots and lots of shapes in for things that we use quite often. Small coin envelope, large square envelope, small square envelope, and kind of what I'd call an ordinary envelope. That's this. That might be the large one actually. And there is a small version of that as well. A large file folder, small file folder, a slimline window, which I like a lot, that's one of my favourites, and a slide, like the old transparencies used to be, you know. Then we had a range of journaling cards that fit into the envelopes, and more journaling cards. So there's quite a selection of journaling cards, and there's a window there for one of the envelopes. But today I want to concentrate on the one that is called Slide and just make it up into something so you can see what it looks like when it's made. Because I can see that looking at that, it doesn't look that exciting. So let's have a go and see what we can do. I want to show you where we're going, and this is kind of the finished piece. The acetate is really glaring today off the light, so I'll just hold it like that and you can see. Got a little girl with wings, says fly. Simple, simples, right. So all I've done is I've taken my template and I have drawn around it, actually I printed it off onto some thicker paper. I wouldn't call this card, but you can print it onto card, or you can draw around your shapes onto card and cut them out so you've forever got a really thick template. Or alternatively, you can draw them out onto acetate. That's the large coin envelope there. And, you know, you've got that forever. It's going to see you to the end of your crafting days. Well, certainly mine. So all I did was I selected a piece of Tim Holtz paper, which was this, out of the Backdrops volume. Oh, Backdrops Halloween it was actually, but there's nothing particularly Halloweeny about it. So I just placed that over the paper, drew around it. I cut my window out. You can use either scissors or a scalpel, whatever method you're comfortable using. Draw a cross in the centre, cut your cross out, and then you can just cut round the edges. So that's that. That's what that gives you. And all I've done is inked around it, around the aperture and around the whole thing. And then I'm going to fold it in half. Now, just be quite careful when you fold it in half. You want it accurate. It's actually a bit easier to do it that way. So bring your corners together. As I say, as accurately as you can manage, like that. And then just squish it flat. And then we'll just get the bone folder and go up there, so we've got a nice crease there. And I'm just going to ink up that side. I'm using a dark distress ink because I'm using Timmy. I'm using ground espresso oxide, and that's what I like. But if you're using a floral paper or whatever, you decide what ink, if any, you want to use. You might not want to use any. So there we have it. I mean, the inside of that's gorgeous as well, to be honest. But what I did with mine was I made a background up for the little girl. And I used the Dina Wakley, is it Dina Wakley? No, Dina Reevely. The Dilutions. And I used the one that's this gorgeous, does it have a name? Vibrant turquoise. Well, there you go, that's what it is. It's definitely a vibrant turquoise. And you know, good old vintage photo. and speckled egg. Not the oxide one, just the ordinary spray stain. And those three colours gave me a background that looked like this. And that's perfect. That's what I wanted. So you've all seen me do that a million gazillion times, so I won't bore you with that today. You could equally not use any background really, just use what you've got, or you could use another piece of Timmy, anything that's going to fit in there that you're going to build your girl up on. So this is the bit that I've got left, so let's just see which piece I fancy using. That's quite nice because it's got the bright turquoise on it. That there has got the turquoise and quite a lot of vintage photo. Not so much there. Not so much there. Yeah, no, I think that's, yeah, I think I like it there best. Yeah, let's do that. So I've just moved it up a little bit from the bottom, and I'm going to mark with my pencil where that comes to and where this comes to, and then we can cut it off, but we want to cut it a little bit smaller so it's just within the perimeter. So I can see my line, and I'm just going to cut on the inside of it. And this one too. There we go. I only made a little bit and I've still got some bits left. So that's going to be our background. Let's just check that it does actually fit. Yeah, perfect. That's nice. Nice background. Okay, so then I want to choose a little peep, and for that I've chosen this little girl here. She's just lovely, and she's going to go there, but she's actually going to have some wings behind her, and for that I've chosen a butterfly from the I can't actually remember what it's called. It might be called Acetate Wings, or it's not called Acetate Things. There is a set called Acetate Things, and that's got sort of houses and panoramas and that sort of thing in it, which I actually don't own. I'm not that interested in that. I just like the butterfly wings. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm going to slice right up the middle of his body. It's a bit severe, I know. Look away if you're squeamish. So now I've got two halves of my butterfly. Right. So that's where I want the little girl to go. Let me just get my tweezers and pick that up and see where I want these to be. There, perhaps. And the other one. I don't know which bit to pick up with my tweezers, to be honest. There, now probably want them just coming in a little bit towards the bottom. Certainly not sticking out towards the bottom, just like that maybe. Yeah, I think that's okay. Maybe in a little bit more. Yeah, I think that's fine. So now I'm going to stick those down before I stick the girl down. You could stick them onto the back of the girl and stick them all down together. But as long as I've got her there, I kind of know where I'm going. So I'm just going to pick that up and I'm going to put some ink just down the centre where the body is, or was before I butchered it. And that'll hold it nicely underneath her. So I'm just going to tuck that away. Come back, my dear. Like that. That's good. That's fine. And the other one. Oh dear, she's moving around. Just the glue down the one part of it, that's all you need. Right, so she's there, which is perfect. So let's just get that tucked in underneath her. Try and make them level if you can. Which that is Oh dear, come back. I really need to cut my nails, I think, is the solution to the problem. Let's have a look. That needs to go in much more, like that, and down. There we go. There we go. Yeah, that's perfect. So the wings just start just at her neck there. That's absolutely perfect. Right. So there's nothing more that goes on there. You could, if you wanted, stamp on it, etc., etc. But I'd quite like the background. So I don't want to clutter it up with anything else. So I'm just going to stick my little peep on, making sure that I've got the butterfly wings just coming out from her neck at the top there. That's it. Lovely. That's great. Put my lid back on my glue. It's actually quite warm here today, which we're just not used to it. My sister emailed me yesterday and said, oh, it's so warm here, I don't know what to do with myself. And at that particular time we were debating whether or not to put the fire on because it was so cold. But today has actually cheered up, so that's good. Right, the next thing I want is some acetate. And I just use overhead projector stuff that I think we got it, I wouldn't like to say how long ago we got it. Long time. And it's cheap and cheerful. Right, so the same thing with this. I want this just to be smaller than the square, outside square. So I want it to there. I'll just come down a little bit. Draw a line along there. You can tell it's a while since I did a video. I can't remember how to do anything. And up there. Right, so let's cut that out. I'm using my Sharpie All pen. Is it a Sharpie All? No, it's Stabilo All pencil, and it works on acetate beautifully, which is great because it's difficult getting things to actually mark on acetate. Sharpie pens do. But I found this before I found that. Let's just check then that this isn't too big. That looks good to me, I think. Right, so I'm just going to put a bit of glue around here. Not right up to the window, because then when you squish the acetate on it, it'll come out and you'll see it. And it really looks unsightly actually when you can see the glue. So, you know, I don't know what that is, 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch away, like that. Then pop your acetate on. There we go, yeah, it's fine there. And then when you push it down, push it away from the window. It just encourages that glue to spread that way. Okay, so there's our acetate on, doing all right. And now I think we just need the little girl in there. Oh, she looks so lovely. So I'm just going to make sure that that acetate's clean on the inside. I think it is. But nothing wrong with just giving it a quick buff up. And I'm just going to stick this down onto the front as well. So just a little bit of glue around her. I finished a journal, which I will show you soon, probably tomorrow I imagine. And I have really loved doing it. It's taken me ages to do because I've just been plodding along, not going very quickly, just working at a pleasant speed. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's fine, so I can press that down into place. Like that. Lovely. just have a quick check and make sure we're all right. Yeah, we're all right. So the next thing to do is to put some studs in the corner, and they look like studs. They haven't gone all the way through, so they look just like studs, but they are actually just brads. So I want 3 brads. So it's important that you don't stick this down to there first. You want the legs of the brads to go on this bit here. So let's find 3 similar coloured brads. That one is a sort of, hello. You want ones with shorter legs really, because they're going in the corner. Oh, this one's stuck right under there, get it later. And that one's a similar colour, and I think that one is, oh great. Yeah, if you've got long legs, you might have to snip a little bit off because they might just protrude out from the corner. So get your something to protect your dining room table or whatever it is you're working on, and I'm just going to make a mark where I want these to go. So let's just get the ruler out, and I want them about 1/8 of an inch in, sort of midway there. So let's make a mark there, and then down this side I want it 1/8 of an inch from that crease line. So it's about there. So let's just have a look and see if they look right. I think that one could probably do with being down a little bit. Okay, so get your pokey tool. I have misplaced my pokey tool. I'm not surprised because my desk, we've been clearing up actually, and I don't know about you, but I find when we clear up, you're getting much more of a mess before it gets better. It gets a lot worse before it gets better, because I've got things out from drawers and, you know, trying to clear drawers to put other things in, and oh my goodness me. And as I say, I've been making a journal in the midst of all this, because some things just can't change. I have to journal. Right, so let's pop these in. These do have nice short legs. So just open that up. Get your bone folder and press it flat. I like putting the brads in when it's on this foam, because I can poke them right through and this foam sort of catches them like that, so I don't have to worry about them dropping out and stuff, because historically, those of you that have followed me for a long time will know I have problems with brads amongst many other things, but yeah, brads are one of the things that stymie me quite often. So I'll just push that in there and open the legs up. I think some of you saw the journal, or the cover anyway, of the journal that I've been busy making. It's a kind of Kathy Holden, Tim Holtz and assorted journal. Right, so we've got our 3 brads then. Don't they look nice? They look like proper studs. I really like those. I think I've finished with that for the time being. I'm going to have to call Mr. F in at some stage, because this involves something that I just can't do, and I don't know why. Right, so now I'm going to get my little tiny Timmy out, as I call him, and I want just a little bit of black card. Let's just take a bit off here, just a tiny bit. Oops. That's what you get for trying to clean up. So I want to cut out the word fly. So from my new alphabet die, which is the this one, and it's called, it's a gorgeous die actually, I really love it. It's called Alphanumeric Theory, and it's number 665924. I've used it a lot, and actually I'm not one for using alphabets that much, but I have actually used it a lot, and I've enjoyed using it. So I've got my F, my L and my Y, and I'm just going to stick them down with just a little bit of mint tape. Pop that through my tiny tin. I'm not sure I went far enough actually, I think I did. There we are. There we go. All my letters have come out beautifully. I'll leave them on there actually, and I'll put them away afterwards rather than inconvenience you by watching. I hope that doesn't fall off because it's quite heavy. So I can stick this together now. Everything's on that needs to be on, so let's just stick it down, stick it together, and I'm going to go around this side because it's easier to glue around this edge. There we are, and just fold that up, press it, give it a good press. It's looking at, it's just an easy little project, really, and like I say, I'm using Timmy stuff, but you don't have to at all. I know some of you aren't really huge fans of Timmy stuff. I don't know why. No, I mean I appreciate that. You know, it all looks kind of dark and dirty, and you know, if you like pretty stuff, it's possible you don't go in for Timmy stuff. I can understand that. Right, so I'm going to pop this Y there, right on the edge, like that. Try and get it as square as I can. Is that square? I think so. And I'm just going to take my Timmy towel and press it down, because we've just put glue on the back of there and we've stuck it onto acetate. So you know, you don't want any squidging, because it'll come over onto the acetate and it'll look horrid. So get your Timmy towel at work. Oh. Good job this is only 3 letters, this word, isn't it? So this is the L, obviously. So I want that level. I think that looks about level. And quickly get your Timmy towel on the scene and dab it so it's dabbing up any excess glue that's there. Just make sure that's square, it doesn't look entirely square. Whoops. Looks better. Yeah. That's the thing about Queen's glue, it sticks quick. Quick sticks. Last one. I think that just needs to budge up a little bit. That looks okay to me. Right, so the other thing that I did to this was I put an eyelet in the corner. I've just realised I've left my eyelets over there. And I want a sort of brassy coloured one this time. I'm still using the eyelets that came in my little suitcase, which I absolutely love, from Crocodile when I bought my new hole maker. So I want some brassy coloured ones, and they look to me like the brassiest. So let's open this pack. Oh, I do need to cut my nails, it's ridiculous. So I'm just going to open them and tip them into there. They seem fairly secure when they're in there. There we are. Thank you, Mr. F. So I'm going to make a mark here where I want my eyelet to go, and I want it there, kind of square with the brads. Get my lovely new tool. I've kind of got the hang of it a bit better than I did have. I wouldn't say I was great with it yet, but I used to catch my finger on the underneath part of it every time I did it, and I don't do that anymore, so we're getting a bit better. And give that a good crimp. Yeah, that's great. Now I need the help of Mr. F. I'm going to use this ball chain from Timmy. Comes in 3 colours, silver, brassy colour, coppery colour, and I obviously want to use the brassy sort of colour. I think Mr. F got me this. I'm pretty sure I didn't buy this. So that's that, and it comes with little ends that I can't use. I don't know why, I just can't. So I'm just going to cut that off at the length I want it, and I'm going to use my snips. So I want it about how long? About there. So let's just snip that off. There we go. And now I have to ask the help of Mr. F. Do you want to sit down?
Why not? I've often been accused of sitting down on the job.
Oh well, this is a good time.
Just a little bit there, I don't know whether you can see that. It's like a little canoe. And you bob the little canoeist in there. Ooh, pop his head in. Clamp it up and then just pull one way and it'll just clip in without opening up that too much. If you try and open up the end of the canoe, you'll leak forever. And then you pop the rabbit down the hole, come up to the other side, and then you put the canoeist's mate in the other end. You pop his head, where are we? Pop his head in the canoe, trap it in place, and then just pull one way and it's snap in again without opening them up, so they're very difficult to come out. If you're struggling and you try to open that up, it's very difficult to get it closed back enough and it'll forever be loose. So if you pop his head in, pull his body off, and it should be fine.
Thanks for your expertise.
You're welcome.
Where would we all be without you? We would be up the creek without a paddle in our canoes. That's where we'd be. Right, I'm just going to put this excess chain away because I just know if I don't, it's never going to get put away. I thought I would be quick and not take the whole thing off. And of course now, that wasn't the quick way of doing it. There we go. Right. That's that. Put away. Lovely. So we've got our little thing on to attach it to whatever we want to attach it to. Got all this on. The only other thing that I want to add to the front is a little bit of masking tape. You can use whatever masking tape you want. Absolutely you can. I've got this that's got numbers on it and I quite like it. I think it's a Dina, I always get confused, Diane Reevely and Dina Wakely, and I can't tell you whose it is. It's one of theirs though. I bought a pack of about 5, I think. So I'm just going to pop that on there. It's got numbers on it. I'll show you it in a sec. It does tear really easily, apart from when you're trying to film it. That's great, and that's not straight either. But being masking tape, you can pick it up and just pull it straight. I like that. I think that's okay. Yeah, that's fine. And I'm just going to go all the way around it. I just like the effect of it. So just down to there where fly starts. You could stamp, you know, you could easily stamp this. You'd probably find it easier, I think. Maybe, or I didn't mean you'd find it easier. You'd more likely have stamps than you would this this tape. That's what I meant to say, but that's not what I said, of course. And just a little bit along there, just to where fly starts. Yeah, it's just being awkward today. There you go. That's fine. Right, so that's the front finished, really, pretty much. And I just want to put a tiny little collage on the back. I decided the other day that this system that I'm about to show you now would work. So I put all my Tim Holtz tiny pieces into this thing, and it kind of works. It's a photograph album. It kind of works. I don't know if I'd recommend it, but I can see what I've got, so, you know, that's a good thing. So I just want a couple of pieces just to make a tiny collage on the back, so it doesn't look like we've forgotten about the back, that's all. So I'm just going to use that piece, I think. And I quite like that little label there, little red one. It's nice. And I probably don't need much else, to be honest. Says she, carrying on looking, of course, because that's what you do. That one, I like that one. Come on. So we'll make a little collage out of those. I'm just going to stick that down again. I've done loads. I did all my butterflies as well, look. Look at the giant ones. So it kind of works. It kind of works. The jury's out on whether it really works or not. But it does enable me to see what I've got, and that's the important thing. Because I was forever going through little boxes, you know, ferreting, and always just seeing the same ones. So I'm just going to ink around these quickly. I might even put a stamp on this, you know. You never know. It's possible. What's wrong with me today? I can't pick anything up. Goodness me. So we'll endeavour to do another one of these from my templates fairly soon, this week in fact, just to, you know, give you some ideas, get you going. So I can put that there, and then this little red one just there. That's quite a pleasing little collage. It's just so if it lands up in your journal, look at, you know, the other way round, you've got, it's got something on it. It's not just dead plain. That's all. Get that the right way up. There we go. So grateful for Mr. F's help today. Let's drop that down a little bit, just so we've got some different heights and stuff going on. And then this I am actually going to have to use my tweezers for, because it's titchy. It's titchy. I've gone off the idea of stamping it. And just pop that there. There we go. Right. And that, I believe, is that. I quite like that, actually. I love those collages with the tiny bits. So there we have it. 2 of our slides made up. And they're pretty much identical. The only difference is the oh, you can't see them. The colours on the butterfly wings. But I do like them. And I hope you have a go at making them. And if you're a part of our group, the Miss Paint-A-Lot's Junk Journal group, please post them in the group, because I love to see what you're up to. So thanks for joining me today. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you pretty soon. Take care now. Bye.